The fight this session was over voting rights, and that'll certainly still be the case when the new session starts on Saturday. But Governor Abbott's new agenda ties two major COVID issues to the agenda as well. Democrats have effectively killed the first special session that ends Friday after leaving the state in protest over Republican-sponsored voting legislation. Governor Greg Abbott immediately called a second special session to begin Saturday, this time with new items in addition to election and other divisive bills. The expanded agenda includes allocating $10 billion in COVID aid and providing funding for schools to allow online learning again as we enter a new COVID surge. The question now, will enough Democrats return for these items to pass?
I think we'll have that number, maybe not Saturday.
Republican House Caucus Chair Jim Murphy says school funding and helping with hospital staffing shortages is a priority.
Parents, for various reasons, may not want to send their kids to in-person education, but schools want to be covered for the cost because you can't do it for free. This gives us the opportunity to pay schools for doing that and allow those families to have some element of choice in education.
While online learning appears to be a timely bipartisan issue, Democrats say there is still a lot of red meat on Governor Abbott's agenda that they don't agree with.
We also call on the governor to use the same authority that he used for a $250 million launch of a border wall that nobody wants and that is ineffective. We're asking him to use that same power to provide funding for public schools.
Many do not expect enough Democrats to be present Saturday when the new session starts. We asked Dallas Representative Rafael Anchia, will Republicans have a quorum by Monday?
I don't think there's going to be a quorum on Monday.
Last week, some North Texas hospitals dealing with staffing shortages requested more than 600 extra clinicians to fill the gap. The request to Texas leaders was denied, and the state suggested that counties help fund the shortage with federal COVID stimulus funds it received. Now, the Texas Hospital Association sent a letter to Governor Abbott urging him to reinstate a statewide contracting system previously used during the pandemic. The letter, sent the same day Governor Abbott added the allocation of $10 billion to the agenda for hospitals and other COVID-related expenses.
I want it to be fast, but also want it to be correct and well-reasoned and sustainable. And I think that takes a little more thought, but I don't see it taking a full 30 days at all.
It's unclear if COVID-related items will pressure Democrats to come back to Austin.
We continue with our goals of pushing for meaningful federal legislation and also pushing for bipartisan bills at the state level.
Now, the more divisive issues are still on the agenda, including the voting issue where Democrats are hoping to get federal intervention, and then also some things like youth sports when it comes to transgender students trying to participate in sports. And so a lot of things on the agenda, and we'll have to wait and see if Democrats will play ball this time.